Dr. Dre, Biography, 1965. Rapper-producer Dr. Dre first achieved fame in the 1980s with the hip-hop group N.W.A. He has since found success on his own. Dr. Dre. Who is he? Dr. Dre, who has always loved music, began his career as a DJ when he was just a teenager. With the rap group N.W.A., he achieved his first significant success, and in 1991, he also co-founded Death Row Records. His debut solo album, The Chronic, was a great success in 1992. In 1996, Dre founded Aftermath Entertainment and signed 50 Cent and Eminem to his label. In the end, he and Jimmy Iovine co-founded the business Beats Electronics, which was later acquired by Apple in 2014 for millions of dollars. Dr. Dre was born Andre Ramel Young and has a musical background. His parents were both vocalists. Shortly before Dre was born, his mother Verna left the Four Aces. His middle name is derived from the Rommels, a band that his father Theodore was a member of. Dre moved in with his mother, who had remarried multiple times, when his parents separated. They regularly moved, and they once resided in the Compton neighborhood's Wilmington Arms housing project. Dre demonstrated an aptitude for drafting while attending Centennial High School, but he paid little attention to his other coursework. After changing schools, he attended Chester Adult School after transferring to Fremont High School. But he was more interested in making music than in academics. In 1984, Dre's family gave him a music mixer for Christmas, and he quickly converted their house into his studio. He would use fragments of many songs and sounds to create his own sound for hours on end. Dre first frequented the Eve After Dark nightclub in Los Angeles, where he ultimately had the opportunity to operate the turntables. He joined the nightclub performing world-class Wreckin' Crew, where he created the rap identity of Dr. Dre, the master of mixology. Basketball player Julius, Dr. J. Irving served as some of the inspiration for his new nickname. A renowned rapper. N.W.A, Niggas with Attitude, was founded in 1985 by Dre along with other rappers Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Yella, MC Ren, The Arabian Prince, and the D.O.C. He was able to create a harder-hitting sound with his new band. Equally violent and graphic, N.W.A.'s lyrics reflected life on the streets. Straight Outta Compton, the group's second album, released in 1988, sold over 2 million copies and introduced the gangster rap subgenre. The Police, one song, sparked a whirlwind of debate. It was believed that the song, which examined the conflicts between black youth and the police, would instigate violence. Even Ruthless Records' parent business received a letter of caution from the FBI on the song. With The Chronic on Death Row Records, Dre made his solo debut on a new record label and topped the hip-hop charts in 1992. The album's lead track, Nothin' But a G-Thang, which featured Snoop Dogg at the time, was very popular. Dre contributed to the development of G-Funk, which combined gangsta rap with musical samples and funk melodies, with this most recent album. Dre had always been a fan of the music of groups like Parliament and Funkadelic. In 1999, Dre released 2001, his second studio album. The song was a smash on the hip-hop and pop charts, selling millions of copies. In the years that followed, Dre teased his audience by teasing the release of his third album, Detox. Despite the album's tracks being leaked, Detox was never released because the project was constantly postponed. Producing and running a record label. Behind the scenes, Dr. Dre has helped several hip-hop and rap artists by helping to launch their careers. He collaborated with Eazy-E to launch Ruthless Records, which he produced music for several of the artists. Dr. Dre collaborated on Michelle Lee's debut album as well. Dre contributed to the creation of a lot of the N.W.A. group's music. Dre co-founded Death Row Records, the rap music conglomerate, with Marion Suge Knight in 1991. There, he contributed to Tupac Shakur's 1996 album All Eyes on Me as well as Snoop Dogg's 1993 album Doggy Style. Dre quit Death Row Records the same year, escaped the escalating West Coast-East Coast rap war. Rappers Biggie Smalls and Shakur would eventually pass away as a result of the feud. Aftermath Entertainment, Dre's own label, was founded in collaboration with Interscope Records. Although he signed several artists to Aftermath, his two biggest hits were 50 Cent and Eminem. Dre initially faced criticism for signing white rapper Eminem, but he quickly disproved the naysayers. He worked on numerous of Eminem's successful albums, such as the Marshall Mathers LP and the Slim Shady LP, 1999. Along with previous ventures, Dre collaborated with 50 Cent on his 2003 breakthrough blockbuster, Get Rich or Die Trying. Law-related issues and violence against women. Dre hasn't only rapped about violence or irresponsible behavior over the years. Some of his lyrics are based on his own experiences, including numerous run-ins with the law. He allegedly struck TV anchor Denise Barnes in 1991 and attempted to shove her down some stairs. Dr. Dre was charged with assault and was the subject of a civil lawsuit as a result of his acts, but both parties opted to settle out of court. The attack was precipitated by a segment she had produced regarding Ice Cube's separation from N.W.A. The next year, Dre was accused of assaulting producer Damon Thomas once more. A few months later, he was detained for violence on a police officer. When Dre led authorities on a high-speed chase in 1994 while intoxicated, it appeared that he had taken his reckless conduct to the limit. He finished his sentence in 1995. As more women came forward to accuse Dre of abusing them violently in the 1990s, the legal lawsuit he filed against Denise Barnes would not go away. In an interview with the New York Times in August 2015, Dre discussed his prior deeds. 25 years ago, I was a young man who drank excessively, was in over his head, and had no real structure in his life. None of this, however, serves as justification for what I did, he declared. After 19 years of marriage, I still strive to improve as a husband and father, seeking advice along the way. I'm making every effort to never look like that man ever again. He said as well, I'm sorry to the women I offended. I sincerely regret what I did, and I am aware that it will have a lasting effect on all of our lives. Hip-hop tycoon. Dre expanded his hip-hop brand in 2008 when he and record producer Jimmy Iovine established Beats Electronics. Beats by Dr. Dre studio headphones, which he introduced as the company's first audio offering and which quickly gained enormous popularity, were followed by other successful items that received support from pop and hip-hop musicians. In January 2014, Beats Music, an online music service, also debuted. The Jimmy Iovine and Andre Young Academy for Arts, Technology, and the Business of Innovation has also received funding from the two partners. Apple announced its $3 billion acquisition of Beats in May 2014. According to Forbes, the acquisition raised Dre's net worth to almost $800 million, making him the richest rap artist. Dre and Iovine joined Apple in senior capacities as a result of the acquisition, which was the biggest in the company's history. Apple revealed in 2016 that it was developing Vital Signs, a scripted television series based on Dre's life, with the subject serving as an executive producer. Dr. Dre revealed in August 2015 that Compton, a soundtrack, his long-awaited third album, will be available on iTunes and Apple Music. Dr. Dre claimed that the inspiration for the album came from his time spent on the Straight Outta Compton set, which was released to coincide with the premiere of the biopic about the ascent of N.W.A. Dispute over Beats headphones. In 2014, a former hedge fund manager by the name of Stephen Lamar filed a lawsuit against Dr. Dre and Iovine on the grounds that he was being denied royalties despite developing the concept of celebrity-endorsed headphones for Beats Electronics. Lamar's contributions were accepted by the defense, but they maintained that he was only entitled to profits from the initial type of headphones. The lawsuit was reopened in an appeals court the following year after a judge dismissed Lamar's claims in June 2015, and in June 2018 a Los Angeles Superior Court jury determined that Beats owes Lamar an additional $25.2 million in royalties. Individual life. In high school, Dre had his first child. Curtis, his first child, wasn't introduced to him until he was 20 years old. LaTanya was born as a result of a second high school relationship. Along with Michelle Lee, a singer who had collaborated with Dr. Dre in the world-class Wreckin' Crew, they had a son named Marcel. He fathered Andre R. Young Jr. with Janita Porter in the late 1980s. In 2008, Andre Jr. overdosed on drugs and died. Dre wed Nicole Threet in 1996. A son named Truth and a daughter named Truly are their two offspring. In June 2020, Threet filed for divorce. There are more performers in Dre's family as well. Warren G., his stepbrother, enjoyed a number of successes in the 1990s. Rapper Curtis, who goes by the stage moniker, Hood Surgeon, is his son.